Nomi is a little bit of a teacher's pet in regards to M. She likes to get it right. She likes to do things by the book. She likes to be patted on the back when she's got it right. She likes to be the example in MI6 and to be looked at. She likes the attention. She's slightly cocky. She is very honest, very straight up, a little bit awkward in places. There's really nice scenes of her just saying things at the wrong time or just being overly confident and people not really quite knowing how to react to her, which I think is quite nice. And just as probably one of the only few women, and also women of colour in MI6 and in the 00 programme, she just holds her own and she just doesn't feel any way to be big and bold with all of her decisions. Working with him over these months have been enlightening, just to see his process, to see how he works. He works in a little bit of a theatrical way. I'm from a theatre background, we both are actually. So to see how he prepares, to see just how much detail goes into these scenes, just how much detail goes into Bond. And I've firsthand witnessed how he's come up with the Bond that he's come up with. It makes complete sense. His approach is bang on. He works with everyone great. He comes up with ideas on the fly. He inspires me when we're in a scene. Sometimes I have to kind of like make sure I'm not watching Daniel, make sure Nomi is watching Bond. And it's been great, and it's really sad, actually, really, really sad. Today, literally, as we're filming this, is the last day, and it feels like the end of an era, but at the same time, it feels like an exciting moment for him because he's really, really done British cinema proud. Being on set with Ray for the first time, I literally remember thinking, you really match this room. You match the Chesterfield sofas and you match the colour on the walls. Everything is just so grand and classy. He brings such an elevation to every single scene. He lifts it with an air of grace, and he is just like a proper gentleman. The women that you see in this movie will very clearly reflect the kind of women that are in the world today. You see different levels and facets of strength, whether that's someone being in charge of themselves, working it out, not being so confident, having to work it out, having to code switch at work, being a woman in the workplace. All of those things are things that we don't always get to represent, and it's nice that to top that off, the women are all themselves authentically in their own right, and they're not being picketed against or with each other at all. They're just being themselves and being badasses at that. Suturat is, she very much focused on the fact that we're in a Bond movie. We need to make iconic looks, do you know what I mean? She knows how to make an iconic look. She knows how to create an ensemble that will make you feel like when you look back in 10 years, that was definitely of the year, but it was definitely of the character. So everything's current, but also very shaped to who you're creating. What I'm wearing right now is all 100% created by her brain. Every single last bit of material, everything that was sewn, it was all from her brain. Nothing was, bar the shoes, nothing was shop bought. Everything was literally laid out and sewn, handcrafted. And I think that she really enjoys playing and manipulating materials to accentuate parts of your body and to also make it feel like you're not doing anything for show. So none of this is fashion, it just happens to look good. I think the producers do a really good job at ensuring that they're reflecting the world that we're in right now. Every single time I see a Bond movie, I think, oh, that reminds me of something that's happened in the news, or reminds me of something that happened in this country, which is scary, but also it really, it made me trust my producers even more so, because it reminds me that they have their finger on the pulse at all times.